Back to the
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Back to your cars. Let's go.
Back to the car.
So, you're probably wondering what all that was about. And fear not, baby birds, I will feed you. And it's come to my attention that somehow on this channel we've hit like double-digit subscribers. So hello to all of you. Bailey, are you subscribed? Probably not. You don't have a YouTube account. Or thumbs. Or the means by which to connect on any device. I guess you get a pass. Episode 4. Let's do it! So we're here and all settled down in Jackson, and the Tetons are amazing. You will have seen those a little bit already. I was like, wow, the Tetons are here, Yellowstone's here, this is amazing. I'm just going to stay for 2 weeks. And no, I shan't be doing that because there are some drawbacks to this general area. It's very crowded. The bus is full of people, you know, it's full of Japanese grandparents and little families from Iowa. Jackson itself is nice. It's insanely expensive. Gas is like $4 a gallon. Everything at the store seems to be 20 or 30% more than it normally would be. There's a ton of bugs, mosquitoes, and winged beasts of different sorts. So I'm gonna give it a few days, soak it in, go to the Tetons, go to Yellowstone over the weekend, and then move on, probably into Montana, just somewhere a little bit more secluded, off the beaten path, not so touristy. But yeah, we're gonna enjoy it for the next few days. So enjoy the sights and sounds. So here in Yellowstone, and something is happening that I did not expect. It's hailing. Not heavily, but there's these little ice balls falling out of the sky. Interesting. Anybody for a refreshing dip? Yellowstone, baby!
Back to the car.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Back to the car. Let's go.
Time to move on. We're all hooked up, pulling out of the Shadow Mountain dispersed site and saying our final goodbyes to the Tetons. At least for now. We'll definitely be back over here. Maybe not in the dead of summer when kids are out of school and everybody's doing their vacations. We're gonna go to southwest Montana to a town called Dillon. And I think I'll probably make one more update there for this video. So I'll see you when we get up there. So we're here at Clark Canyon Reservoir. Apparently there's a little camping area down here. Come down and take a look. Oh, this will do nicely. Looks like we should be able to set up right down here. Splendid. And we're all set up here at the Clark Canyon Reservoir. This is the West Kameawait campground, and there's several campgrounds around the lake, but I chose this one not only because it's beautiful, but also because there's nobody here, which is great. And this is a cool site. This one has a concrete pad and a table, but there's also a couple other cool things about this location. One of which is that this lake sits directly on the 45th parallel. So it's exactly halfway between the equator and the North Pole. And knowing that and $2 will get you coffee just about anywhere in town. But the other cool thing about here is that it is the location, or was the location, of Camp Fortunate. And for that to mean anything at all to you, I gotta tell you a little story. So, the year is 1803, and the United States makes a deal with France for $15 million in exchange for a large tract of land, which you'll be familiar with as the Louisiana Purchase. A short time later, President of the United States Thomas Jefferson, or TJ as I call him, because we're pretty tight, he thought, we need to explore these lands. We need to send an expedition west up the Missouri to establish trade, to establish sovereignty over any Native American tribes that may be present, and ultimately find a route all the way to the Pacific Ocean. In 1804, he commissions the Corps of Discovery, which would be led by Army Captain Meriwether Lewis and his good buddy, Second Lieutenant William Clark. Clark Canyon Reservoir. Anyway, 1804, Lewis and Clark and the rest of the expedition, they head out from St. Louis, Missouri, up the Missouri River against the current. So they had a boat, a big boat, and a bunch of dudes, just dudes with poles, just jamming the poles into the bottom of this muddy river, pushing the boat forward upstream against the current for hundreds of miles, which is crazy, but that's how they did it. So these chaps, they had a pretty famous pit stop at a place called Fort Mandan, which is in North Dakota, which may be coming in a future episode, who knows. But it was there that they picked up a chapess called Sacagawea, who you're probably familiar with as well. So at this point, the expedition plus Sacagawea, they continue making their way west towards the headwaters of the Missouri River, and from there sort of up smaller rivers, streams, and tributaries and things until they started to run out of navigable water because there were mountains in the way. So the expedition had been separated into two parties, but they were reunited in August of 1805 here at Camp Fortunate. And they described this place as a sort of a pleasant green valley. It's now all underwater because there's a dam here, but this is where the camp was. And it's where they made contact with the Shoshone tribe. And in a fortunate stroke of luck, Sacagawea recognized the Shoshone chief as her long-lost brother, Kamehameha, who this campground's named for. So they spent a few days here. That connection enabled them to open up lines of communication with the Shoshone tribe, do some trading, do some recuperation, and learn things that the natives knew about this area. This was a pivotal spot for the Corps of Discovery. They cached their boats, they traded for horses, which would allow them to continue overland and ultimately reach their destination. So, as a fellow explorer, obviously of the same caliber, I have an affinity for Lewis and Clark, and it's really cool to be here where they were over 200 years ago and just soak it in. Let's do some exploring.